Hello, Andy here, and welcome to my vlog in which I'm documenting my musical journey and how I'm going to make a living off my music. So the big problem with any creative endeavour is getting to the point where there's a mass acceptance of what you're doing. So whether it's art or music or starting a business, you've got to get to that point where suddenly it gathers its own momentum and the popularity starts to increase. Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book about it called The Tipping Point. Hold on. There you go, yeah. Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book about it called The Tipping Point. Examining this phenomena, there's a point in any product or service or art or movie or book or whatever it is where you get to that point where there's a mass public acceptance of it. So I'm starting out my musical journey. My problem is trying to work towards that tipping point. So there's the long, slow road, which I'm more than happy to accept, of just making music, releasing music, getting it in front of people through social media and through streaming sites and through video on YouTube. There's no option for live performance at the moment. I would like to DJ out when everything sorts itself out, so that particular avenue of promotion is closed to me and others at the moment. However, one avenue that has become suddenly open to me is that of the remix. Creating a remix for an artist and them lending their popularity and success to you through that is one of the accepted ways of marketing and music promotion. Getting commissioned for a remix is difficult. Artists are probably bombarded with people saying, "I'll remix your track," because it's seen as a way, along with features, of riding up on a traditional artist's success. However, I have looked out. The best man at my wedding, Pete, who's a lifelong friend, manages an act called Union of Knives. They have recently started making music again together, and they've got an album coming out, I think it's in the new year, and they've got a series of singles taking them up to the holidays. And Pete's contacted me saying, would I do a remix of this forthcoming single, A Tall Tale? So obviously I said yes. He sent me what are called the stems, which are the individual multi-track parts, and I've had a listen to them, and I've tried to put my own particular stamp on them. It's quite difficult with a remix because you have to go through and you have to listen to the original track and then find elements that you either want to promote. So the classic old-fashioned remix was you just put a kick drum or four under it, and you know there's some awful remixes that were made for the dance floor, like in the 90s and the noughties. But given the fact that now you get access to the digital files, it's quite an interesting exercise to go through and pick out the parts that you think, well, that I think would work to create a different take on what the artist has originally created. In this case, the tune is a tribal, dubby, very industrial, almost gothic type affair with there's no real verse or chorus. It just builds up fantastic echoes flying everywhere, and within that there was that lovely soul vocal that comes towards the end of the original track. So I picked up on that because obviously that plays into what I'm interested in, that like underground house, so a soulful house vocal. So that's what I've gone with, and obviously I built the track around that. I worked out the key and timing and everything, and it's a work in progress, and we'll see how it goes. So every week I set out some tasks for myself and then I report back in the following week about what I've done. So last week's task was to make more music, and I did. I posted a couple of tracks onto SoundCloud, and I also made a video, a promotional video for one of the tracks I'd already previously posted to SoundCloud called Nrap. That's out now on YouTube and it's got a few views already. It's just a really good exercise. I love doing these videos. I'm not very good at them at the moment and they take a long time. I'd like to be able to do one a week, but it's a good day and a half of you know, battling with editing software that I'm not that familiar with. So this week's task is to finish off the remix. I want to get it done this weekend basically, so I can get it sent back to Pete and see if the artist likes it and whether they're going to use it or not. So that's it for me for this week. I do hope that you have a good week. I'll be in here making tunes and videos, so please stay safe and stay distant, and I'll see you soon.